The world says hello.
Hello.
The world says hello. I am the lovely and talented Norman Rafferty, and today we are playing the Ironclaw.
It's the rules and such.
I'm so glad you waited until we were live for that. Welcome to the classiest stream on the internet. Hold on, I need more, please.
There's 3 people watching.
Yep.
One of them's me.
It's 5 p.m. somewhere. No, but I link these things later. So yes, we will be time shifting this. We're doing more of the Horn and Ivory stuff. Today I have with me, well, Theta, tell us who you are.
From last session, Fang is retired to move on. He's gotten his one fight in, so I'm bringing somebody new to the table today.
Right, you're bringing somebody new today. Tell us who you're bringing.
I'm bringing Eldritch Jacoba, a Grey Fox Almoner. The personality I've chosen is Ataraxic.
Okay, wait. Now, people accuse me of using highfalutin $3 words. What kind of personality is Ataraxic?
It's similar, sort of, to Kudari. It's like being cool under pressure without having outward emotion. It's something you typically describe to a soldier during combat.
Okay, so stone-faced. Roger that.
Otherwise known as Ataraxia.
Roger that.
I have the motto, speak strongly and your words can level mountains. And I have a goal to learn a magical secret.
Learn a magical secret. Right, so you're a Fox Almoner and nothing else, right?
I mean, I do wear these black robes, but I do wear all the other Almoner vestments. I mean, I've got the Testaments of Heloise tucked under my arm. I've got the,
Got a Black Sabbath album in your house,
Black
nothing
Sabbath?
weird.
I mean, I got the Fluoride Octahedron tucked under the chest.
Okay, we also, Griffin, who are you playing today?
I'm playing the same characters last time, Donovan of the Bell, the obsessive, stargazing, nobody wants to listen to him Wizard Raven.
Wizard Raven, roger that. And what was your motto?
Stars and study lead the way. And boy, is this gonna go astray.
Awesome sauce. That's right, because you predicted this. And are there any goals still on your quest log?
Not personal ones, but I believe the general party one was get a boat and proper documentation for it.
Okay.
Something along those lines.
Right. And also, last we had Ada. What was your character?
I'm quote. My character.
Quote. Okay. Roger that. I'll figure this out.
So I'm playing the Red Fox Assassin, Ada, who is overconfident newbie assassin who wishes to prove herself as a master assassin as her goal.
Right. So when we last left our brave heroes, you were in Delta Valley Suntown, where through a series of complex machinations. That's right. Also guest starring Obnoxious Cat.
He's gonna give his own spin-off.
He's gonna have his own spin-off. I am Obnoxious. Well, dude, if you want more hits on the internet, you want stupid cat videos. But I think they want videos that are actually funny rather than just this cat being stupid. Moving on. That you had decided through various means that the upper class, who are not present this week, secured a vessel. They first found you went for the larger warship, right? Not the cargo vehicle?
Yes indeed. I even have it written down. It was, I believe, owned by a hippo lady.
Well, she had a stake in it.
Yes, she did. She had a stake in it, and we have her stake. Madame Samira, in fact.
Yes, Madame
The ship
Samira.
is the Theophanis. It has 14 guns. It requires 60 crewmen top, and we have something like 44.
Well, is that 44 including the people who expatriated to your side when you made a show of force?
No, it doesn't. Who did we get when we took over the ship? How many sailors are there that actually stuck around after that?
I do know that
I think it was maybe like around 20 that were on the ship currently.
yeah, you went out and hired about 40 loyalists, And then
6
there
gunner
are
blade marines, 20 workers, 24 sailors.
wow. I had I had notes on all of this, but I lost those. So you had 20 worker. Yeah, you have unskilled workers, sailors, and marines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is a good mix.
And those were the ones we purchased, but I think there were maybe about 20 on the ship initially, and then 2 jumped it when they saw someone get split into 3s.
Yes, when Fang moved, or is it Fang or Fang?
I heard
Fang,
you say
I think.
Fang twice.
Okay, I'm just checking. Sorry, I'm running a lot of games. Yes, two of them just fled in fear. So, and then you defeated, you destroyed the captain.
Absolutely.
Your goal was that was it, no, I'm sorry. What was the mistress's name again? The hippo.
Madame Samira.
Samira. Okay, sorry, I lost my note. I'm sure I have my notes around here somewhere. Right, Mistress Samira said that she would give you her controlling interest in the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Which would, well, sorry, not her controlling, her interest in the ship, because she has a 20% share. But I'm sure other people are like going over the old podcast going, hey, it's like 20%. Well, it's 20% now. Continuity here.
Yeah, maybe I'll look over for numbers next time.
She gave you her share of the ship. You don't actually own a majority of the ship yourselves. Your goal was to seize the ship, get a hold of its charter, and then forge a new charter.
Indicating full ownership.
Indicating that you either have full ownership or controlling ownership. So we left off where you had seized the ship by force. So you possess the ship. Out of the 12 guys who remain, they surrender. I mean, they say like, hey, they'll raise their hands and surrender first and say, wait, you're the new paymaster, right? You're going to pay our checks?
And I believe all the nobles empirically said, yup.
Hail the new captain! It's like, maybe he won't make us, maybe we won't decide to water ski later, so we all have to row or whatever. So yeah, so you got 12 veteran hands who actually know the boat. So while their loyalty may be somewhat shifty, but then again, you also hired like 40, random guys off the street. So welcome to piracy.
Yep.
Hey,
So you have a full crew complement, but what you don't have is a charter. So I can see that there's 2 ways to proceed from here. One is to just sail away. Boat's yours now. You could just sail away and take it off to a chop shop and repaint it to hope that that 1 star goes away. Or you could stay here and try to forge a new document, a new charter, and claim that the ship was yours all along, or do something else I hadn't thought of. While that's going on, I guess Fang decides that maybe he gets seasick, which would be hilarious for a centipede. I have no idea what a seasick centipede looks like, but I'm sure it's at first funny, then disgusting, and then gets funny again.
Yeah, it's like someone doing the worm, except at the end a bunch of green shit comes off one end and coats the boat.
Yeah, that gets us the hits. So Eldritch Jacoba, now are you actually blooded, or you're just of the Jacoba line? You claim that you're part of the Jacoba line.
Yeah, I'm like a cousin. I do
Right.
low work in the Jacoba for the Jacobas, but
So if you don't actually have the gift of nobility, then what this implies is that while for some reason you go around, hey guys, I'm from a long line of hated necromancers who sowed civil war and discord in Calabria, why you be claiming this?
I
No
mean,
one's
I prefer to
entirely
go
sure.
with the world's best merchants, also probably in line of
Right.
the throne in Calabria. I don't go with the whole, hey, we
But-
probably operate in a swamp somewhere.
But if you don't actually have the gift of nobility, that means you don't have anything that proves you're a blooded Jacoba, because the Jacobas are a noble family. So while you're calling yourself one, you have everything that proves it, which may mean that people might not call you out on it, but this is also an excuse later in the game that if you want to buy nobility as a gift, you can do that because you have a bloodline, you just can't prove it.
Right.
Right. This all.
Oh, I found the fancy family pottery jar that conveniently has our entire genealogy on it, and look, here's me.
Well, I like it. Is that from a game?
No, I just kind of made that up.
No.
That'd
What's
be
more
pretty cool, though.
What's more likely is he gets a letter from, hey, I'm an actual Jacoba, and this Eldritch who carries this letter around is actually a blood relative of me. In other words, they went to Ancestry.com and got proof.
Yeah.
Which, in this day and age, says a lot.
Yeah, the ship just came in from Gavoria, and here's my cousin.
Here's the printed out Google search results of your ancestry.
Right. Because right now, claiming you're a Jacoba but not asserting it, because it's the Middle Ages. Claiming you're a nobleman when you can't actually prove it is a crime.
That's all right. I just don't go around saying my last name very often, which is probably good for everybody.
Right. So you most people just call you Eldritch. It's kind of implied in the Middle Ages that if you have two names, you're supposed to be a big to-do. So, but we live in the modern age. So the three of you, I guess the two of you, I'm going to guess that the noble characters who aren't here, when Feng leaves, I'm going to guess, Eldritch, do you have a reason to be all the way down here in Suntown, in Akoma?
I mean, I assume I'm operating under the auspices of the family on a lesser mercantile thing, but although not directly under them. Like I said, I'm envisioning myself as like a lesser cousin that doesn't represent the noble family.
Right, because you did join the priestly order, which is a popular thing to do with side children and bastards, is to throw them in the priestly order. It's like, well, we have money and I'll learn something. Get the hell out. This should keep you out of trouble. Except, of course, for the Jacobas, where, oh, and by the way, while you're there, see if you can learn all their eldritch magic secrets that give them control over life and death, so you can be as a god among men.
As the family does.
Just on the side, just incidentally.
Yeah, but do this.
Get that MBA first,
Yeah, but do this on the down low. If anyone asks, it's about helping the poor.
I got a cousin in Calabria called Vaslov. I really admire that guy.
So I'm guessing, but you don't actually have wealth or gang of irregulars or anything like that, right?
Correct.
All right. So what makes more sense to me is that it's not so much that you're here to handle the family business. They probably packaged you up and sent you off to a monastery in Suntown, which there is a Sulmare penitent's presence there, because the church there needed somebody to go ahead and take care of business. It keeps you out of their hair. You get to learn stuff, and you're in an important trading town. So if we do need to write to somebody and need some help, you're a relative, so you can at least, the
area, and now you're their point of contact.
Right. And if we desperately needed somebody, like, hey, we just sent a bunch of there, and they need a place to lay low. Some place like that? Can you nudge? Can you I guess the best analog would be the internet era is, hey, do you want to make a lot of money opening packages from home? It's easy. All we need you to do is sign for this package. Can you do that?
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Right. So that's probably why they have you down there, but they also haven't really asked you to do anything yet.
Got it.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a note here that sorry. All right, so you're going to be at the Church of Saint. How do you pronounce this? Joyre. I guess it's Ware.
Joyre.
Yeah, there's another.
Yeah, that's a good guess as any.
Another one of those. Another one of those weird saints that apparently died on this spot. You know how it is with these people. It's like, somebody important died on this spot. Church now. This isn't one of the larger installations. Suntown, though, is a huge place. So you're not actually a priest either, right? You're an almoner. You're a penitent.
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to have you report to Sister Marianne, who is a devout, penitent horse. Now, when I say report, I mean as in she's technically your boss, but you're actually a church person, so you're supposed to show up and give them when I drop text, which chat should I drop it in? Should I drop it in the Roll20 or
Yeah, probably
something else?
Roll20, so that's recorded and all.
There we go.
Okay, her technical title is Sexton because she's in charge. This is a very small church that has a small fane on the side. It's usually where people go if they want to get a penitent burial instead of a weird Malachist heretic burial. I'm not going to have one of those ones. Malachism is the dominant religion of Suntown, is enforced by the Anatolian Empire. So if you live there, you're supposed to be Malachist. They have, I forget what the word is for it. You can be of a different faith. They just charge a tax for it. So, but I guess one day, Eldritch, you decide that you're kind of bored with this, and you heard there were some nobles on a ship somewhere, because you may have been hanging around. And in the interest of making this a little expedient, it wouldn't be that hard for you to ingratiate your way into the other three noble guys, because I think they would think your skills would be useful. Do you actually have any skills when it comes to trading, like negotiation or anything like that?
I do.
Okay, and you can read.
I can.
Okay. Now, this is the most important. Do you have any craft skill?
I do not. I'm good at deceiving people. I'm good at...
Well, you have academics and deceit. So it might be that the noble guys call you in because they're calling in a favor. It's like... or they might have gotten their feelers out, because I could have rolled for this, but they might get their feelers out. You would be more useful in helping them get legitimacy for the ship than, say, Feng would. I mean, Feng already did his job.
He did what he sought to do. The wandering murder hobo.
I see no need.
A mop.
I see no need to pursue a second term. You just murder guy. I see no reason to murder a second person. Please shut up and stop talking to me before I All right. So, but the question I have for the three of you is, you haven't accomplished your goal yet until you actually somehow get some sort of legitimacy. So, since the three of you are the majority right now, do you want to get in the boat and sail away? Do you want to try and forge some sort of document? Do you want to try and win a lottery and just buy everyone else out? What do you want to do?
Well, I can't help but notice we have a dead captain and an empty captain's quarters. Perhaps it'd be very prudent to see what's in there first.
Okay, so by dead captain, I mean, I suppose you point at the other guys. You is in three pieces, and the deck is covered in blood. When you overkill,
that's a mop job, right there.
Yes, when you overkill someone in the game. Yeah, according to our assassin character, when you overkill someone in the game, it is what we call an obvious murder.
Let's tap my magic and my new swimming ability to create some water and just wash that off the deck.
Oh, this is why I went to wizard school, you say, as you scrub the deck full of corpses. Why don't you go ahead and make a roll of mind, deceit, and supernatural?
All right. Now, there's a complicated roll. Let's see. I have no deceit, but I do have a ton of supernatural.
Right.
Let's see. Observation,
that's one thing I like about the Ironclaw system. It's like, well, I lack one skill. We'll just make up for it by having a crap ton of another one.
Pretty much here. And I believe my mind is a D8, okay, so that solves one problem.
This is a world of people with keen noses and very high senses of smell. So removing the stains is one thing. Removing the evidence of a crime is another.
But it's really good. I just chose to magically remove it. And let's see. I got a 3, 2, 3, and a 4.
So the 4s are better as successes. So you've rolled 2 successes to remove this crime. You will deceive anyone who can't roll 3 or better. So casual observer, casual people and observant people won't notice this. But if
that's good. The next person who walks on deck isn't going to see a bloody pile. That's what matters here.
Right. And also you get rid of most of the trace scent. But the inspectors come, there might be, worry. That's good enough. While you're doing that, I assume that Ada and Eldritch, the other nobles, I guess, go to take care of whatever it is nobles do. But you can saunter into the captain's chambers. Oddly enough, the captain's chambers has a door that locks. This door is currently open and ajar because he burst out in a huff. When you loot the captain's body, you will get his cutlass. You will get his keys. He did not have a. Actually, didn't he wave his pistol at you menacingly?
I don't remember.
Well, I'm going to assume that the nobles grab the pistol and just walk off with that if there was one, because they're nobles and you can't stop them. And he has his pajamas, which are ruined. This is a warship, so the captain's quarters look like what you expect they look like in a lot of these movies. There is a larger room with a safe, as you predicted. There is a cabinet. Everything has to latch or be secured. So I know in a lot of these movies, they often have like loose stuff everywhere, but this is a ship, dude. It would fall off.
Yeah.
So there is a writing desk there, and he doesn't have separate rooms. There's just a cot in the corner that fell over, possibly because he got in a hurry. You open his strong box and discover his change of clothes, his leather armor, his ammo and cartridge kit for making new bullets, and of other things that don't seem to be that important. Possibly some woodcut pornography. Woohoo!
Oh boy!
But the safe itself is a key lock safe because combinations aren't there. But I suppose you're going to use the key you got from the captain.
That we are.
Okay, and of course, opening it up, you will find that it is full of papers, and it has papers, 2 silver bars, and a bag of 441 dinars.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Yes, except that you have 60 workers who get paid 2 dinars a day.
So to be fair, we did at least pay one group of them.
Does Akoma also work off of a dinar, or do they have their own currency?
They have their own currency. It's by coincidentally the dinar. And since we're still using precious metals, for the sake of convenience, they mint their coins at the same size. So.
Well, this does at least indicate we probably want to find a way to make money off of this ship within the week.
There's also a lot of papers. Who among you, I believe the 2 wizards are literate, right?
That I am.
Yes.
Okay. Ada the Assassin, can you actually read?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Haha.
You just know the look in a man's eyes when they die. And that's all the reading you need.
Yeah, no, I have to kill a guy every time I need to read. It gives me a moment of clarity.
There we go. There is a lot of notes, like ship's logs, where they've been, what they've been up to, a lot of numbers. It would take you some time to read through this and make sense out of all of it. But
that sounds worthy.
Yeah, but off the top of your head, it just looks like ship accounting. There's nothing suspicious in here. No books of eldritch power or rare spells or anything.
Nobody who has the captain's share, if he had one at all.
There is, of course, the license, which says the Theophany is owned by, oddly enough, the Theophany Shipping Company. Which lists several principals, one of which includes Mistress Samira of Suntown.
Now, what happens if the principals are dead?
Their heirs inherit the property. The ship itself. Welcome to the law. They're ready for this because both Anatolia and Calabria recognize primogeniture, which is welcome to the Ironclaw stream, everybody. Which means if they die, the firstborn son gets everything. So if the heirs die, the firstborn heir inherits everything. So murdering everyone involved is not going to solve your problem unless you murder them unto the 7th generation. And that seems like a lot of work just for a ship.
Sorry, Ada. I was considering your needs.
Yeah, no, it does fit our skill set at the very least.
Well, yeah, but I mean that would be a very long, drawn-out murder. I need you to kill 7 families.
Samira of Suntown is the only person who is described as being in Suntown. Everyone else claims citizenship from somewhere else. To know what that would be would require a roll of mind in academics.
Oh boy!
Which I know you over-educated wizards can handle. Oh, you get a bonus D12 if you have research. Do any of you have research?
I believe I do now, actually.
What the hell?
Yes, I do.
How did I roll a 15?
Did they change the rolling? I mean, when I hover the mouse over it, it tells me what they are. Did they change the rolling tech?
Oh, sorry. No, I rolled 3d8s 3 times. That's why. My bad.
I got 5, 3, 5,
right.
4, and 12.
Well,
That's 4 successes.
I'm going to go by your first roll, which was 1 success. So.
Okay. I was like, how the hell did I roll a 15?
Okay. Well, you guys will recognize the document is indeed written in Calabrese, so you can read it. Yay. And there are different towns, but yes. But between the two of you can corroborate everyone else listed here is in Calabria. There's no Gavorians or Zhanggaos. Apparently, Samira is the only person in the shipping company, and she did have a 20% stake. She's the only local.
Ah, well then.
So, I mean, do we need to, like, set sail for somewhere else to get to the next person?
Or if you, the problem is like when you get cornered somewhere, like when you take the ship somewhere and dock and say, hey, we want to do legitimate business in your port. And once again, I'm saying, if you want to do legitimate business in a port, the guys say, hey, do you own the ship? And we say, yeah, here we go. And, when you're supposed to go on expeditions and load it, you're supposed to send correspondence to all of the owners. I'm just mentioning, if you want to steal the ship, you'll have to forge new ownership.
Well, I mean, we have the 20% controlling interest and the license. Doesn't that mean that we can still claim to be operating?
Yep. It's only a problem if you do something that pisses these other 80% off, and they're hundreds of leagues away.
But I mean, if we were to sail out,
they will be informed of literally everything we do.
The problem is that this license also lists the captain's name, which isn't any of your names.
Yeah, but we could just fake that.
Also a problem.
Well, to fake that, you'd have to forge a new license.
No,
or we could just say our name is the captain's name.
Yeah.
The captain is described as man. See, this is why I have to go back to the old podcast. I believe he was a wolf, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I think so.
So, do any of you even remotely fit that description?
Let me check. Black feathers, no.
So I put this mask over my face.
Okay, so if we dip you in tar first.
Gray fox, wolf, same thing, really.
Yeah, I mean, I put this mask over my face and just wear a long coat. It's diminutive.
I mean, once again, you could just claim to be acting in the captain's best interest, or say this note is. You guys can say whatever you want.
I'm his first mate.
It doesn't describe his first mate, no.
I'm just saying, we sail to the next one that we can get to from a dock, and we get the controlling interest out of them, or at least whatever percentage that we can get.
Well, all of them are in the same place, but that's quite a trip.
I mean, is it? We don't really know how far a trip that is.
Well, I don't know where you guys think you're going.
I'm just... Will we be able to figure out where the next closest shareholder would be?
They're all in Calabria. You'd have to go back to Calabria.
Oh.
Yep, that's what I was saying.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah. So the good news is you could probably operate here for a while and not get caught. You could also not alter the license at all. These are just, depends on what you guys are doing.
Or we could sell this larger ship for a smaller ship that we have legal access to.
You could claim you own the ship and sell it to someone else. Your claim is somewhat dubious, but you're dubious people.
Or, I mean, we could illegally sell the ship to then use the money to legally buy a ship we could then afford.
Gasp! I wonder if such a thing ever happened in the history of piracy.
I'm just listing options.
But
Yep.
at the same time, if that was our plan, we could have just bought one of the simpler ships outright.
Yeah, but now we have this more expensive ship that's battle armed and everything, and I'm sure a pirate would love something like this, and they'd be willing to fork it over.
At the very least, you have
Or-
at the very least you have cannons.
Yeah, or we could mafia this. That's a nice ship you have there. It'd be a shame if something bad happened to it.
So what do you want? What you guys have a ship? What is it you want to do next? Somebody wants to discover a magical secret. Do any of you other two have any specific ambitions besides murder?
I do have the general desire to study, but that doesn't necessarily progress the get a boat goal.
I mean, that could help my find a magical secret goal. I mean, is there any renowned magical people here in this here Coma Docktown?
Well, so as part of your local knowledge, did you choose the Delton Valley because that's where you live?
Yeah, I mean, if I've been sent here and I've been studying in the church for a while,
Okay,
this is my local
right.
town.
And I assume that because you are a Jacobin, when you got here, it's like, oh yeah, I'm totally studying my devotionals. Now to pour through all of these libraries and secrets to see if we could find, like anything of eldritch power. Then I would like you to make a roll of mind and academics. You may claim a bonus D12 if you have local knowledge, which you do. And you may claim a bonus D12 if you have the research, which you do not.
And this time, let me roll things right.